If talking about the different long-term care facilities and senior living options seems a bit overwhelming, there's good news. There are resources available to help you sort through all the information so you can make the choice that's right for you or your loved one. There are also resources to help make sure your rights are being protected after you choose a long-term care option. Joining me now are Jerry Sorensen and Glenna Kearns, who are both part of the state Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. Welcome, folks.
Thank you.
Let's start with you, Jerry. Can you tell us what a long-term ombudsman is?
An ombudsman is basically an advocate for residents of long-term care facilities. There are several different kinds of ombudsmen that can cause some confusion. There's a mental health ombudsman, there's a family services ombudsman. We're specifically for long-term care facilities. That includes assisted living facilities and nursing homes and critical access hospitals with swing beds. They're considered by state law long-term care facilities. So we go in and we work with the residents of facilities to make sure that their rights are protected, that they have a voice in their care. We basically are there to give them a voice in their care. So I'm sorry.
You're good.
Our services are confidential. We're not able to share any of the information unless we have the permission of the resident. The relationship is based on trust, and so that we can work with each other and we can make sure that the rights are protected.
Thank you. So I guess the next question then would be, when or why should I go to an ombudsman for help?
Well, you can go to an ombudsman for any reason. If you have any issue or any question that deals with your rights as a resident of a long-term care facility. We have contacts from everything from cold coffee in the dining room to involuntary discharges from a facility. Okay. So there's a whole range. There's nothing really too small. If it's a concern to the resident, then we would like to help the folks deal with it.
Great. So Glenna, maybe next to you. So, arguably one of the most important roles an ombudsman plays, as Jerry's mentioned, is being an advocate for patients' rights. And especially when they live in a nursing home, of course, or an assisted living facility. So can you talk a little bit about whether or not a nursing home resident's rights are different than someone who lives in an assisted living facility, for example?
Basically, the rights are very, very similar. All residents have the right to be treated with dignity and respect. They have the right to be free from chemical and physical restraints. They have the right to manage their own finances, to voice grievances without fear of retaliation, to associate with and communicate with anyone of their choice and to do so privately, to send and receive personal mail, to have personal and medical records kept confidential, to apply for state and federal assistance without discrimination, to be fully informed prior to admission of their rights, the services available, and any changes that are going to be coming, and the charges for those, and to be given advance notice of a transfer or a discharge. Nursing homes do provide medical care, and so the residents also have the right then to know their medical condition, how they're being treated for that condition, and whether there are other alternatives. In assisted livings, the type A or category A assisted livings do not provide nursing care or medical care, but it's the category B and category C assisted living ones do at least provide nursing supervision of the person's medical care. So that is one difference. And the people are allowed to know what their care is, to see their records, all of that.
Great. So Jerry, back to you. So do all states have an ombudsman program?
Yes, the Federal Older Americans Act specifies that each state has an office of the state long-term care ombudsman. In fact, there's 53 state ombudsmen. Guam and Puerto Rico and the District of Columbia also have state ombudsmen, and because Montana is so big, we don't do it ourselves as the state office. We have the ability to designate representatives of the office of the state ombudsman, and currently we have around 30 individuals that work in 20 full-time equivalency positions. So there are 20 full-time people, essentially, that go across the state. And part of the reason for that is because Montana is so expansive. In the state, the 2016 federal fiscal year report, we had 78 nursing homes, 46 swing beds, critical access hospitals, and 211 assisted living. That breaks down to about 13,000 beds that with potential folks that we have to advocate for. There are about 7,000 in nursing homes and critical access hospitals, and about 6,000 in the assisted living facilities. So it's a big job. We have some great people working in it. We like to keep local people so that, as I said, that trust can be built up, so that the face is familiar and so that the people feel comfortable talking to them.
Thank you. That's great information. That concludes our show this week. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, stay fit, stay well, and stay healthy for life with Healthy Living for Life. Have a great week.
Healthy Living for Life is brought to you by Mountain Pacific Quality Health. We'd love to hear from you. If you have suggestions for future programs, visit our website at mpqhf.org or call us at 406-443-4020. You can also catch us on YouTube by visiting our website and clicking on the YouTube icon. Special thanks to Fire Tower Coffee House and Roasters. Production facilities provided by Video Express Productions.